Welcome back to my channel. You're watching Advait, the Fourth Empire, and today we are not going to have this episode in the studio because we're going to have a different episode. We're going to interview this cricket analyst from my city, Hyderabad. His name is C. Venkatesh. And that's right, you guys might have seen my other videos where I've interviewed him on Sakshi TV, but this time I asked him to be interviewed exclusively for my channel only. So this is only for you guys. So that's it, and let's go to the Zoom call. Okay guys, so today now we have Mr. Steve Venkatesh with me. So hi sir.
Hi, Dwight. How are you?
It's an honor having you, sir. I've interviewed him before on Sakshi TV, but today this interview is exclusively for my channel for you guys watching. So sir, first of all, I want to ask you something. In yesterday's match, did you expect SRH to have a small chance in winning? Because DC put a very good total on a pitch like Abu Dhabi. So what did you think about that?
I usually been following SRH since so long. Their strength is defending low scores, and they never. I don't think they ever chased a big one. So that is not their usual thing. They always believe in scoring in around 130, 140, and defending those targets. So SRH is not known to score big. Their batting has always been suspect, not very strong. It is their bowling that has been winning their matches all these days. I think once Delhi put up a score of 189, I think there they lost the plot. I never thought that they will be able to chase it down unless and until Warner comes up with a wonderful knock. Because we know that their batting, they don't bat very deep, and batting has always been a problem for them.
That's true, because Sunrisers Hyderabad, their backbone is David Warner, the opening partnership. I mean, now Ridhiman Saha unfortunately missed out on the match, and getting Priyam Garg into the opening, I felt it was good to an extent, but he's not as experienced as the others. So his wicket, on the other hand, he should have expected that delivery coming from Marcus Stoinis, but unfortunately lost his wicket. And I had talking ahead of the finals, sir. So tomorrow in the pitch, many people are choosing to defend in the recent times. At the start of the IPL, people are saying defend. Now people are saying bat first. And now in the playoffs, people are saying defend. But yesterday, DC chose to bat first. So tomorrow, in the toss, what do you think the team should do? Whoever wins the toss.
Ideally, in a big final, it is always better to bat first than to chase, because even if you are chasing a small score in the finals, you will be under a lot of pressure. But what we have seen in the pitches in UAE, there is a dew factor, and also pitches are easing out in the later session, second session. So batting second has been the trend that has been going on, especially in the second half of the tournament. But it depends on the comfort levels of the particular team. Yesterday we have seen Shreyas Iyer opting to bat first because he said that they have been losing matches while batting second. So it depends on the comfort level also. But I think Mumbai will try to chase it down, prefer to chase it. And Delhi, as we have seen in the qualified too, they will prefer to bat first.
So, sir, in this case, Shreyas Iyer, usually he's the underdog. He's the, he's the X factor, because usually an X factor is a person who's not international experienced, but who can cause that main positive for a team. Because if you see, international players are considered as Chris Gayle, Virat Kohli, MS Dhoni, Steve Smith and all, but then Shreyas Iyer, he's played for the international team, but then not frequently. He didn't play for the World Cup last year. So being that underdog, being the captain of Delhi Capitals, so do you think he can come up with good plans to go ahead of Mumbai Indians? Because Mumbai Indians are currently the defending champion, and they've already beaten them thrice in this contest. Mumbai Indians beat the Delhi Capitals. So do you think Shreyas Iyer has any plans, especially to go after Hardik Pandya? Because the batting is good. Even if the opening partnership doesn't go up, they have middle order. They have the end batting of Karen Porter and Hardik Pandya. So what do you think Shreyas Iyer should do about that?
Yeah, definitely Mumbai Indians will start as favorites because of their past record and their experiences in playing those big matches. So they will definitely start as favorites without any doubt. But as you said, Shreyas Iyer is new to international cricket, not very experienced. But he has the support of his Ricky Ponting, a World Cup winning captain, as his coach. So he will be doing all the strategy work, and he will be helping him with the strategy thing. And if Delhi plays to his potential, we know that Delhi is a very balanced side, batting and bowling. If they play to their potential, I think it should not be a problem, because Shikhar Dhawan is in great form and we have seen the experiment of opening with Stoinis has worked out very well. And Shimran Hetman has been playing the role of finisher very well. So the problem lies with only Rishabh Pant. Except Rishabh Pant, everybody is in form now. So I think presently they are recovering. They are a much better side than what they looked while playing the Q1 and that last league match. But I think Shreyas, as you said, is a problem for any side facing Kieron Pollard and Hardik Pandya in the death overs, because what we have seen in this tournament, Mumbai always has very good batsmen up front. They will be putting over a decent platform, creating a decent platform. On that, these two finishers, either Pandya or Pollard, they will be doing that work of going for those big hits in the last overs. So that is their strength actually. So every team will try to restrict them, but that has not been happening. If Pollard cannot get you, Hardik will definitely get you. That is a thing that we have seen.
I mean, that's true. The thing is that even if whoever wins the toss, if Delhi bats first or bats second, even if they put up a good total, Hardik Pandya is in, Kieron Pollard is. That's one of the most scariest things to face. And suppose if Delhi Capitals chase second, I bet you Kieron Pollard and Hardik Pandya will bat freely and they put up a good total on the board for Mumbai Indians. So the only way I see here for Delhi Capitals to make sure the batting order of Mumbai Indians doesn't go too high is if they get early wickets late on, getting Hardik Pandya early onto the innings. Because Hardik Pandya usually comes into the death overs or you can say 6 overs before the 20 overs completion. So if they get Hardik Pandya early on, do you think that'll be a good thing for the Delhi Capitals, or will Hardik Pandya use the innings and get a higher score?
But Hardik Pandya is not the only problem for them. See, even Surya Kumar as is in terrific form. Opener Decock is in fine form. And Ishan Kishan is having probably his best season ever. So all these three players are in very good form. Only the captain Rohit Sharma is not batting that well. But we can always expect from a class player from Rohit Sharma to come out with a big knock in the final. So Hardik Pandya is not the sole problem for Delhi or any other team, because they have to deal with the earlier guys, particularly Surya Kumar Yadav, who plays both pace and spin very well, and Ishan Kishan, he hit more sixes than anybody else in the tournament. So all these guys are very capable batsmen. So Mumbai's batting is their main strength, and you see, Trent Bolt may not play in the finals because he was injured during the Q1 match. Of course, that was some 5 days ago. But if Trent Bolt is not playing, their bowling will be definitely weak. So Mumbai's strength happens to be their batting, but bowling is not as strong as their batting. So that is where other teams have to cash in.
Understood. Sir, I have one more doubt, sir. If you have Colton Nile into the mix, in qualifier 1, Colton Nile played in, but you can't say he was very helpful, but he was good enough to at least make sure DC cannot chase it. So, do you think putting James Pattinson instead of Nathan Colton-Nile will be a better option, or to put Colton-Nile instead for the finals?
Usually teams like Mumbai and CSK, they don't make too many changes. So they try to retain the same players. Colton-Nile has not done that badly in the last match. But the usual option, if you go by the figures of those two pacers, Pattinson has been more attacking. He got more wickets than Colton-Nile, but he was a little bit expensive. Whereas Colton-Nile is somewhat economical, but he didn't pick too many wickets, and he's a capable bat compared to Pattinson. So they will go by their choice, whether they want an attacking option. If Bolt is not playing, definitely Pattinson is in. If Bolt is playing, they may still continue to retain Colton-Nile, because the third seamer's role is to play that restrictive role of bowling some tight overs. So Colton-Nile, because he's an able batsman, I think he will get the nod.
That's true. I agree with you, sir. So as we see in the match in qualifier 2, DC versus Sunrisers Hyderabad, they got him Praveen Dubey. So do you think they should continue playing Praveen Dubey, being his debut match yesterday, and then should they get in someone else like Tushar Deshpande or Mohit Sharma, who's the more experienced player, or should they continue with the 3 spinners?
I think they will not disturb the winning combination, because The third seamer is not proving to be very useful for them. They have experimented with so many pacers like Mohit Sharma to start with, then Harshal Patel, Tushar Deshpande, and with other guy. So the 3-4 people they have tried, but none of them have produced the expected results. Daniel Sams was also there, no, last match. So they will continue the Hetmare, and Praveen Dubey being a leg spinner is always useful. Didn't do that badly. I think he has gone for just 15 overs, 15 runs in his 2 overs. But leg spinners are always very useful, particularly Mumbai batsmen like Rohit Sharma and Karen Pollard are suspect against leg spin. So I think they don't disturb the winning combination. They will go with the same 11, I believe.
Agreed, sir. But I have one more doubt. If you get Harshal Patel into the mix, won't that be a beneficial thing for Delhi Capitals as they have an extra batting precedent? Because in a final like this, you might lose wickets and you need that extra batting precedent who can also bowl in a quality match like this. So Harshal Patel, you think getting him into the mix will make a difference, or should they like I know getting a leg spinner in would help going against what do you say, Karen Pollard and Rohit Sharma, but Harshal Patel can get that X factor role. So do you think is it good for getting Harshal Patel in?
I think they will go with the same 11 because Harshal Patel, no doubt, is a capable batsman. But the third seamer role has been is being performed by Stoinis. Stoinis got 3 wickets in the last match, and his confidence must be very high. So they don't require a third seamer when Stoinis is doing so well. And having a leg spinner in your side is always good because we have seen in the tournaments probably Delhi is the only team which is not having a leg spinner. All other teams are having 1 or 2 leg spinners. So I think they will go with the same 11 without many changes.
Okay, agreed, sir. So if you say in the pitch way, based on the favorable conditions of the pitch, instead of the finals, like usually in the finals, as we've seen in the past 5 years, teams who are batting first have won so far, most of the times, and there have been a few occasions where teams bowling first. In the pitch way, like suppose if this was not Delhi versus Mumbai, if you say CSK versus Rajasthan Royals, and if CSK won the toss, so what would you do then if this is a regular matchup with the pitch conditions?
See, in 2020 matches, pitches, there won't be too much of a change in the second innings. So they will go by their gut feeling. See, if they are comfortable batting first, they will bat first, the toss winning team. Or if they prefer to chase, they will chase. Which will not make that much of a difference. There is no moisture kind of a thing in UAE pitches. So I think teams will have their own choice. I think Mumbai are very good while batting first or batting second because batting is their main strength. We have seen in the qualifier one, they lost the toss, but still they were able to put up a score of 200 on the board. So I think Mumbai will not be too much bothered about the toss and the pitch conditions. Usually the pitches what we have seen is Dubai is having better batting conditions compared to Abu Dhabi and Sharjah of late. Sharjah initially was very good with flat batting tracks, but of late the pitches have slowed down there. So Dubai, I think, is probably having the best batting conditions.
Okay, sir. Yeah. So one more thing, sir. If the Mumbai Indians, like as you know, the toss doesn't matter for them that much. What if the Mumbai Indians lose their confidence factor? I'm just saying because yesterday what happened was in the qualifier 2, Delhi Capitals they beat Sunrisers Hyderabad even after losing to them twice. So the confidence level of Mumbai Indians would that be a bit low because they know that Delhi Capitals coming back from a strong win against a team that they lost twice and they finally won, scoring a high total, and the bowling attack is very strong. Hagis Rabada getting 4 wickets and Marcus Vani is getting 3 wickets. So do you think the confidence level of Mumbai Indians will go down, or will it still be the same after their win against Delhi in the qualifier 1?
Mumbai Indians, that team is a very confident team, particularly in this IPL. What we have seen from the second game onwards, they have been winning most of the matches. First match, usually they lose the first match. That has been the trend for so many seasons, and they are known to be slow starters. But this season, they have played like a champion side from the beginning up. So I don't expect them to lose any confidence. Because why should they lose confidence? See, they have been winning so many matches. They had one aberration when they lost to SRH their last league match. Except that, I think they have been winning almost everything. And they have beaten the same Delhi side thrice not once or twice, but twice in the same tournament. Just a few days ago also, they have beaten them soundly. So I don't think there will be any loss of confidence because they are not overly worried about facing Delhi. No doubt, Rabada is back in form. Stoinis is doing very well. Shikhar Dhawan is great form. But they will have their own plans to counter these players. But I think with regard to confidence, there won't be any loss of confidence.
Okay, sir. Usually, in every match, you have these key matchups. Like in yesterday's match, we had Ravi Chandran Ashwin versus David Warner, matchups like that. So for this match, what do you think are the key matchups? The finals.
As I said, Rohit Sharma is a little suspect against leg spin. So they might use Praveen Dubey in the power play if Rohit Sharma gets going. That could be one thing that we can expect. And against Karen Pollard also, leg spinner they may use, and they may also, Karen Pollard is also suspect against short pitch bowling. So they may use Bumrah or Pattinson or Coulter-Nile against him. So those kind of matchups we can. But Surya Kumar Yadav, as we know, is very good both against spin and pace. So they have to come out with a special strategy to counter it. He is in great form.
Okay, sir. I want to know from the Delhi perspective, like against Shikhar Dhawan, batsmen like Shikhar Dhawan, Marcus Stoinis, who are their biggest matchups? Because Shikhar Dhawan is a great player of spin, and Marcus Stoinis is a great player of pace. So in the power play, what should the order be for the Mumbai Indians against the Delhi Capitals, like spin and pace? Because you have both players with different caliber. One who's an Indian opener, left-handed, and the other one who's a strong right-handed batsman who's not an opener. But for this match, who opened, and he's opened with the BBL before. So what do you think the order in the power play should be?
I think we may see a spinner in the power play because Stoinis is not very good against spin.
Yes.
And his strike rate is very low against spin. So we may see a spinner again in the power play. Usually Rahul Chahar won't bowl in the power play. Krunal Pandya is their usual choice to play in the power play. And we may see one change actually because if they can accommodate Jayant Yadav, he's an off spinner, because Delhi has 3 left-handers. They may think of bringing in Jayant Yadav in place of the third seamer. That change we can expect because Delhi has 3 good left-handers and 2 of them are in great form, Shikhar Dhawan and Hetmyer. If Jayant Yadav plays, I think he will definitely bowl in the power.
If Jayant Yadav comes in, sir, they'll have to, I think, replace with the third seamer, as you said, right, sir? So the third seamer, in the sense, would be Coulter-Nile or Bolt. They won't take out Jasprit Bumrah, and then they have 2 seamers, which is Trent Bolt. Definitely they would take it. Also Coulter-Nile. So if you say Jayant Yadav comes in, there'll be an extra foreign player. So who do you think they'll get in if they get in Jayant Yadav? I don't think that's going to happen most probably. They'll have an extra foreign. So who do you think is going to get which foreign player they'll get in?
Only they will play with just 3 foreign players. Mumbai is such a strong team. They can just play with 3 foreign players. It is not a mandatory that you should have 4 foreign players in our team. So Jayant Yadav is a good choice actually because Shikhar Dhawan is in great form. And Hetmyer, we have seen he did that finisher role excellently. So I think they may opt for Jayant Yadav, but we don't know. Usually Mumbai doesn't make too many changes. We have already seen them playing Jayant Yadav in one of those matches in the league stage. And he's a capable bat also. He had a test century, I think. So Jayant Yadav is a good choice, I think.
That's true. Like Jayant Yadav, he's impressed everyone during his few matches in the league stage and replacing Rohit Sharma. And then Rohit Sharma came back in, facing him. That's a good thing. Okay, yeah, sir. So next in, I was going to ask you this in the last. So now I want to ask you this. Kagiso Rabada versus Jasprit Bumrah. Now the Purple Cap lead has been back to Kagiso Rabada. So by the end of the season, who do you think is going to get the Purple Cap? Jasprit Bumrah or Kagiso Rabada?
Very difficult to say because we don't know what's going to happen in a T20 match. Very difficult to predict. But I think it's a very good race actually. Bumrah has overtaken him in the last match, and Kagiso Rabada was lucky enough actually to get those 4 wickets, 3 in the penultimate over. But Bumrah will be in hot pursuit of that record. Definitely, he's in great form this season. So my choice, I think Bumrah has a better choice of overtaking Rabada.
Okay. So thank you, sir, for coming and taking this interview from me. Sir, it was an honor. And finally, they were my first guest on my show. I've uploaded videos on with you before on Saki TV, but this is the first time. You're the first guest who's exclusively come on my channel. So thank
Is
you
it?
guys for watching.
Nice.
Yeah.
And actually, I've been doing sports analysis for almost 2 decades now, with so many people, so many senior presenters, and you are the youngest of the lot. I'm very much impressed with your presentation. Keep
Thank
going.
you so much, sir.
You have a great future. Bye bye.
Thank you. That means a lot, sir, coming from you. Thank you so much. So thank you guys for watching today's video. It was an honor. So please hit the subscribe button down below. Like this video, share this video with all your friends. My Instagram link will be in the description down below. And please hit the notification bell icon to be notified whenever I upload videos. Who knows, I might be interviewing Venkatesh sir again, and I'll be interviewing more people later on. And be ready for the IPL finals. So that's it. And this is me, Advait, the fourth umpire, signing off.